Just came back from dropping off some weed. Oh, you didn't know I was the plug? Nah, I deliver weed. One of my part-time gigs is delivering weed. Legal weed. You know, I do my best thinking when I'm driving.
And
I was thinking about how we just will get a ride from anyone. When we need a ride, we'll do whatever it takes for that ride.
Are you Paul?
No. And it made me think of a time when I almost lost my life asking for a ride. Nah, I didn't almost lose my life. However, close. So when I was 18, hit that like button, baby. So when I was 18, I used to play football. And I had a game one night far away. That same night was a big ass party. Now, I'm from LA. I grew up in the Valley. Shouts out Taft. Shouts out Taft High. Shouts out Taft High.
Let's go!
You know, house parties are a pretty big thing in LA when you're in high school. I don't know about so much anymore, but they were when I was in high school 25 years ago. And there would be like these group of dudes who would form these party groups. They'd make these flyers. You know, you pay like $10 if you were a dude to get in. And it was like every Friday and Saturday, and they were like the most poppinest thing. And sometimes if they weren't popping, there'd be like 20 other ones to go through. And sometimes the nights would just turn into missions where you're just trying to find the next address. And this night was a pretty big party at this restaurant down the street from my house. Not too far. Still need a ride worthy. And one of my boys on the team, I was like, yo, like, you trying to go to this party tonight? Can you give me a ride? He was like, yeah, I got you, right? So I get home, get changed, and they pull into my driveway. And I come outside, and I get in the car, and they're like, hey, what's good? What's good, bro? What's good? And they're looking around and shit, and I'm like, what's up, man? You guys good? Like, yeah, we good. Don't even trip. And it's my friend and his brother. His brother's driving. He's in the passenger seat. I'm in the back seat. And next to me is just like a sweater, some stuff. And they reverse out of my driveway. They pull into the neighbor's driveway so they can reverse back out and go down the street. And as they pull into the neighbor's driveway, I see them like still being hella suspicious. And I'm like, okay. So right at the end, I used to live in prime motherfucking territory. At the corner was a 7-Eleven. Across the street was a soft serve place. And 2 blocks down was a Chipotle. So I was living like a motherfucking king. So they were like, yo, we're going to stop at the 7-Eleven. I was like, okay. So they pull out of the driveway and they go like now it's like 1,000 feet from my house to the 7-Eleven, and they go 0 to 100 from my house to the 7-Eleven. And at this point, I'm like, okay, because you know when someone's doing you a favor, you can't say shit. And if you say some shit about what they're doing or how they're going about whatever the favor is, you might be an asshole. So I'm like, all right, let me just go with this. I'm a little nervous. And they pull into the 7-Eleven, and they both get up and go inside. They didn't ask me if I wanted anything. We're on strike 2. And I'm furious at this point, but I got to keep it inside. They're doing me a favor. So they go inside, and I touch the sweater next to me. And I'm like, what is this? And I move the sweater off, and there is a gun underneath the sweater next to me. And I am like, where am I? Is this party worth my life? So I'm like, all right, they're giving me a ride though. So I'm sitting there and I'm waiting for them to come out, and I can see them popping into the door and looking around. And I'm like, what the is going on? I'm trying to get to this party. I'm exhausted from this game. We probably lost. I want to go not drink and freak dance. And I'm in the car for about 5 minutes. They come out of the 7-Eleven. The second they come out of the 7-Eleven, 2 cop cars pull up behind us. A cop with his gun drawn flies out from the side of the 7-Eleven and like, get the fuck on the ground now. Get on the ground. And I am beyond. My soul is gone. My soul has left my body. I'm nowhere to be found. It's just a shell of a human in the back seat. So I'm like, what? So they get put in handcuffs. I don't know. And at this point, I have no idea how we got here. They didn't explain why they pulled off fast from the driveway. They didn't explain why they went in the 7-Eleven. Most importantly, didn't ask me if I wanted any. I'm still most pissed about that at this point. And they're getting put in handcuffs, and I'm like, am I okay? Something about me is I'm very cool under pressure. Don't mean to brag, but I am very cool under pressure. So I'm thinking, what possibly could we get in trouble for? We're not drinking. I'm just like, all right, maybe they thought we were somebody else. Maybe this is some shit, whatever. Let's just get this over with, hit up this party. So they are getting arrested, and I'm in the backseat, and a cop comes up to the window, and he's just like, can you step outside? They put me in handcuffs. So they got 3 18-year-old dudes lined up in the back of the car in front of the 7-Eleven, 1,000 feet from my mama's crib. And as we're standing there, he's asking us, like, why you guys being suspicious? What's going on? We saw you guys pull up to the house. Apparently, they had been acting shady on the way to my house, and they thought they were gonna evade the police by going to the 7-Eleven right next to my house. And he's asking them all these questions they can't really answer. They're scared for no reason. Now, the best part of this story is these two, my friends thought they were hard as they thought that they were the boys at school. So when they got put in handcuffs, I've never seen a human being beat up that much in my life, and it made my heart sing. I love him to death, but it had to be, if I wasn't getting arrested, it would have been the funniest thing I've ever seen. And they're getting questioned, and my one boy is wobbling, and he's getting dizzy, and the cop's like, whoa, 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 whoa. He passes out, hits his head on the cop car hood. Hits his head on the cop car hood because he passed out from fear. He wakes up. I'm giggling on the inside. And I still don't know why we're here. So the cops go to search the car, and I'm like, what can they find? Of course, they find hella alcohol in the trunk with just bottles of vodka for no reason. We can't even drink. We can't even bring drinks inside. We're not going to pregame outside the restaurant that we were going to. Why do you have 15 bottles of vodka in the trunk for no reason? And as they're doing their thing, I hear 2 cops in the back say,
well, because the gun was in the back with him, we're going to have to charge him with possession.
What? What? Me. I'm about to go to jail forever. When I heard that, I just was like, this is my life. We gonna have a good time in prison. At least, like, how bad can it really be? Like, all I'm gonna be doing all day is like shooting dice, Might have to sock out a dude or two every week. Well, at least I don't have to pay taxes. At least I don't have to like vacuum anything, put the dishes away. You know, I can maybe get used to this for the next 15 years of my life. So as I'm dealing with this acceptance of this sentence I'm about to receive, the nice cop comes up to us and he's like,
"What are you guys doing? Why are you guys being like this?"
And they were just nervous because they thought they were being followed for no reason and they just got spooked. So the cop kind of understood, you know. And he asked where he got, you know,
What do you know? Why do you guys have this alcohol in the trunk?
and my friend's like, well, you know, like we threw a barbecue and we had some left over. You know, I was meaning to bring it back to my mother's house, but I just never got to it. Lie. Complete lie. Very impressed by his on his feet skills. But the cop believed it. And he goes,
And guys, the BB gun, please leave that at home. You know, that looks extremely real.
it was a BB gun. The whole time. In the back. Why was there a BB gun in the back? And you have never felt this level of euphoria in your life that came over me. So after he unhandcuffs us, he goes,
So, you know, by the way, where were you guys headed?
and we're like, oh, you know, we're going to some party. You know, we got to be there by 10 or it's like $5 extra. And he's like,
You know what? I'll give you my card. I'll write a note on the card saying that we pulled you guys over and stopped you, and maybe they'll, you know, let you in because of the mishap.
so the dude ended up being the fucking coolest cop in the world. What was the point of all of this? Y'all treated us like we was Osama. I don't know what the deal was, but the 15 cop cars was not worth it. But what was worth it was my friend passing out and hitting his head on the cop car. So all I'm saying is be careful who you ask a ride to. And be careful who you ask a favor from, period. Because you might almost get arrested for a BB gun.